Hi, I'm Unique. Welcome to Talk Show Divas on TV 1061.
Self-care is everything.
And self-love is necessary.
To stay stress-free.
I agree.
Thanks for watching Talk Show Divas. Tune in to our next episode on TV 1061.
Hello. Welcome back to Talk Show Diva on 1061. It's your host, Unique, and to my left,
Angel, and to my left, Sasha Black.
hey ladies, we looking good today.
I know, we're rocking the orange.
Yes.
Oh,
so
pink is
we're-
our
in
color then.
summertime.
Orange is our color.
It
We look
is our
very
color.
vibrant. It looks very good on our skin. So how was y'all weekend?
Oh, it was great. I had a lot of schoolwork, even though it's the first time I started school.
Okay.
The first week.
Yes, congratulations. Going back to school.
Thank you. I hate it.
Yes, so we coming back from this holiday, but look, we gotta jump into it, ladies.
Yes, we do, honey.
So the topic today will be mother and daughter relationships, teenager daughters. So our friend Angel had a little experience over the weekend. So come
Yes,
on,
I did.
tell the world what happened.
So over the weekend on Sunday night, I ended up going to jail for fighting my daughter. She is 13 years old, but she is very verbally and physically abusive, if I could say that. Children nowadays have changed so much until they don't respect their elders when it comes to holding your tongue and watching what you say. It's like, I think social media has got to the point where the kids can feel like they can talk to their parents any kind of way and not be here reliable for it. And I'm gonna also say this as well too. The system is set up for the parents' failure as well too, because the children is not here reliable for anything that they do.
Accountable for their actions.
But the parents are here reliable because, as they say, the parents should know better. But if my child sit there and put their hands on me, I'm sorry.
Put a hands on at 13.
Girl.
I'm gonna put my hands back on you. And at this point, I feel like I did go to jail over the weekend because she hit me, and we ended up getting into a physical altercation. And I was the only one that got in trouble, even though she put her hands on me first. And I felt like, I'm not trying to be petty, but she put her hands on me first, and that was my reaction. At a certain size with kids, you can't just whoop them with a belt, so on and so forth, especially if they sit there and square up at you. Like,
Right.
what you supposed to do, sit there and let them punch
Right.
you out? So you actually have to step up and stand up for yourself at the end of the day.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about before the altercation occurred. What happened prior to that? Like, were you disciplining her on something and she didn't like it and it was a reaction? So what led up to the whole fight in the first place?
Well, number one, she's very defiant. So if I'm getting on to her, or I'm saying something to her to try to redirect her in another way, she's very rebellious. And she'll sit up there and either talk back or not say anything, or even just automatically just turn around and walk out.
That is.
And then if I do get on her, and she'll be like, well, just call my daddy, have my daddy come get me. And it's always that.
And the daddy doesn't discipline her.
Not really. At this moment right now, he feels like everything is pretty much my fault because I don't want her handling me the way she handles me. Because now you handle me like I'm your friend or I'm your associate. And at the end of the day, you might be a little bigger than me, so on and so forth, but I'm still your mother, and
Right.
you gonna respect me.
And you're
Right.
13.
Yeah.
You 13, right?
I was just like, if it was 18, I'm not saying if it's 18, it's right, but if it was 18, I would have been like, but you 13 years old?
And she's very developed for her age, and
Yeah, she is. I seen her, but she's very beautiful. Her chest is already big. Like, she can't help how she look, but you know,
And she let her beauty and her size get to her head. Like she feels like can't nobody tell her nothing. She's beautiful. She's this. She's gonna do what she want to do. So on and so forth. Like she was staying up here with me before school had got out, but I had to send her back home because she was sneaking boys in the house.
see,
My thing is, so when you got picked out by the cops, like, you were disciplining your child. I mean, yeah, of course you have to square up with the child because she wants to fight with you, like you are her peer, but you are disciplining your child. So are you telling me, no, you like, basically, are they saying we can't discipline our kids?
No, it's
Like,
still
why
it's
did the
a-
cops arrest you?
It's domestic violence. You're not supposed to physically hit your children like that anymore.
Like how? I can't discipline because when I was like 15, my mom would still beat me with a belt and a cane.
Laws have changed.
oh, with a cane. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
what you were doing,
You stretch-
girl? Let's talk about it, girl. You getting beat with a cane, baby.
Yeah, we had like a cane that you stretch your palm or your your glutes. I don't want to use it. Okay, your
tutti
ass,
frutti.
Yeah.
and they'll whip you. And even at this age what age that I am today, my mom will still discipline me if I ever become rebellious towards her. I'm still her little girl.
Right.
American culture is just
If
different.
it gets to the
Right.
point where if you whoop them with a belt and they go to school and they have any kind of marks on them, they're gonna call CPS on you.
Right.
So how are we supposed to discipline them?
At this moment,
They want the kids to run everything.
Yeah.
They want the kids to run everything. They don't want us to be parents. They want to replace us. But I don't care about none of that.
I don't need.
I'm gonna be going to jail, and she gonna be going to the hospital. We all gonna take a trip today.
We all going.
I
to
know.
nowhere.
I know.
We're going on a field trip.
Yeah.
But my thing is this. Let's go back
Somebody
because I know we
goes
was talking behind the scenes without saying too much, but saying enough because it needs to be said why she's so rebellious. To me, no shade. I'm gonna keep it real. From the story you telling me, she's very envious of her sister, and she has an entitlement issue because the whole thing was what you was telling me is she was trying to get her because you have an older daughter that's 15 and the one that's 13.
Mm-hmm.
They was basically at odds, and as a mother, she just wanted her daughters to get back cool. What the little girl did was, I don't know why she would do it, but her older sister was in the shower. She video her and posted on social media.
Exposed her.
Why would you do that?
Oh my God.
So this is before the fight, and all the mother wanted to do was get her daughters back cool.
The 15 years recorded the 13 years.
No,
and
the
posted-
13-year-old.
recorded the
Do
15-year-old.
they have different fathers? If you
They do.
They do.
So, and then that's another thing too. She has a scapegoat. So whenever something goes wrong and it don't goes in her favor, she calls her dad.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Did she end up at the hospital when you beat her?
No, I
You
ended
know,
up
because
in
you should
jail,
have-
and she
I-
ended up going
Then I
home.
would have
and
made it
relaxed.
worth it. Like
I tried to. I tried to. Because I knew I was gonna go to jail because
What?
number one, we was at the casino, and that's in public. So the casino's automatically gonna call the police.
Oh, it was outside.
And I tried, and she took off running. And I just kept trying to get her. Because if I'm gonna go to jail, I'm gonna go to jail for something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because I know if I go to jail and you go home with your daddy, you ain't gonna have no consequences or no repercussions behind what you did.
Right.
You just gonna go home, go to bed, and wake up like ain't nothing happened.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that she recorded her sister. Like, what possessed her? Does she have mental? I'm sorry, it's your kid, but
At
therapy.
this moment right now, I asked her dad when she went back home because I sent her back home because she was sneaking boys in the house up here. And that she only been up here 3 weeks. And I sat there and told her, you don't know these little boys like that. You just got up here. You don't know what they capable of, where they come from, so on and so forth. What if one of them boys come in here and kill everybody in this house? Who gonna know who did what? Because you don't even know them.
Is she a virgin?
No.
If she's
That's
making
the
boys,
problem
she's
too.
not.
She's not a virgin. That's why I say she's acting like she already had sex. Because once you get the mindset of I'm having sex, you think you grown. She need to be on birth control. First of all, girl,
Yeah,
at
I'm not
13
gonna lie,
sneaking
it's a
boys
lot.
in.
It's a lot to deal with, and it's a lot to, you know what I'm saying, comprehend to, especially when this is my first time having teenager daughters, and I have an 18-year-old son, and I never had to experience that with
Right,
him. Like
right.
he was always, he's a totally different breed, I guess, than you can say than my other two daughters. So in order dealing with them right now, I have to readjust my attitude because I'm not used to this.
Right.
But every time something happens, everything is always my fault.
I think it's the way to solve it, not like it's gonna solve it. I think it has to come with the parents, like you and the father actually talking. Because if the father is always backing the child up, the child is always gonna use the father as the past. So I feel like if you and the father, like whatever you guys have going on, just put that aside and think about you guys have to come together when it comes to raising the child. You gotta discipline her the same. Right? If the father is doing what he wants to do, she's not gonna change. And at this point, it's the father that we gotta.
And I
Right.
sat there and told him, I said, like when we argue and stuff, I said, let's not do it in front of the kids. Like, let's go to the side, pull, even when we on the phone with each other, let's not do it in front of them. I said, because at this point right now, if you showing me disrespect in my face, why is they gonna respect me when you're not respecting me?
Right. So the problem is because I believe it's your husband, basically. Y'all going through a divorce, and I just feel like he's doing a lot of things that's spiteful because at the end of the day, he knows that his daughter loves him, and that's his weapon and tool to get at you because he actually has beef with you, and using your daughter as leverage is nothing but a joke. He sounds like a narcissist as well.
He is.
And letting your daughter doing whatever she want to do, the joke's going to be on him because now she lives there. What about she end up pregnant? What about she has a disease? What about something happens to her? It's going to hurt you because you're trying to stop it, and I feel like nobody having your back. It's like it's you versus them.
Yeah, and then I feel like he's turning her into a narcissist as well too because nothing that she does is her fault.
Yeah.
Everything else is everybody else's fault, regardless of what she do, what she say, so on and so forth. Nothing, and then she'd be like, oh, I didn't say that, oh, I didn't do that.
And like you said, you have other kids, so I'm not saying just give up on her, but let the dad do what he do. Because you have to keep your energy intact for you have another daughter and you have 2 other boys. Yeah. And I'm a mother of boys, and I didn't experience that. But I also was a teen mother, and I was rebellious. Probably not even what your daughter doing, because I still wouldn't do that to my mom. Yeah. But I was just rebellious, like I could do what I want to do type of attitude. And life showed me, okay, now you're pregnant.
And you know what? I was rebellious as well too. But like I sat there and
never
told
fought
her,
your mom.
At 13, I was not this rebellious at 13. Right. It was like when I got like 15, 16, but I still wasn't that rebellious. I had my own little rebellion, but it wasn't that much. I respected my mom because I know my mom would knock my head off my shoulder. Right. And I was scared of my mama, for real. Right. Well, she didn't play no games.
Yeah, back then it was.
Yeah, but now you can't you can't discipline your kids the way they used to be able to be disciplined because I feel like society, especially when it comes to black children, wants to set them up for jail. Right. Or the grave.
While taking them to the boarding house.
They don't do that no more. I took them to the juvenile detention center when they first got down here.
To the Scale Straight program?
Yeah, they don't do that no more.
Move
here.
to Africa.
Wow. They don't do boot camp.
No, for real, move to Africa. Like even the teachers, because back home, your child, okay, a kid is every grown-up's child. It doesn't matter if I don't know this kid. Child. Like I see a kid misbehaving, I'm not even gonna ask who the mother is. I have the right to yell or discipline the child, and the mom will come and be like, "Thank you so much." Yeah. But in America, of course, you can't do that. So
right, but like you said, it's a cultural shock because that's how it was supposed to be. That's how it was back in the day, where okay, I might be doing something busy, but you see my child acting up. You're as an adult, you're not hurting them. You're teaching them because that's why it goes back. It takes a village to raise the kids for a reason.
But then nowadays, some parents as well too, especially young parents. What you hollering at my kid for? So on and so forth. Why you ain't come get me?
Yeah,
like it's a different. It depends on how the parent is, where the parent come from, and also their age. Because a younger parent is going to be more defensive about you talking to their child a certain way than an older parent is.
Well, I guess it could majority wins. I guess you could say that because I'm a young parent, but I was still a young parent that was at the PTA meetings, not playing with my kids. Not like if a teacher tell me my kids did something, I'm not just going to listen to my kid because you got to know your kids. If they acting like this at home and the teacher tell you something at school, then stop trying to, because I feel like parents, when they feel like their kids are doing something bad, it makes them look bad as a parent. Yeah. And I keep telling people this, your kids are not a robot. You can raise your kids in the best homes, mother and father present, and that kid can still end up doing drugs, killing, stealing, doing everything, because we all are an adult at 18 years old. Yeah. We got to make choices. Even grown people make choices. We can't feel sorry for people that make these choices, but we're dealing with a child. She's 13 years old, and it's just to the point where right now, you got an open case.
Yeah.
behind this. So, right, have you talked to her? Like, are y'all just not even talking right now?
Well, I can't talk to her because her dad has
Taking her away?
he prevented me and blocked me from talking to any one of them, her and my son, and informed me that
Why
he
do
was
you have to put your son, get your son involved?
He did it. He said, I can't call them, I can't talk to them. He was going to change his phone number until we go to court and get a divorce, and then whatever the court say as far as me seeing them or talking to them, then we'll go from there. But I feel like he's doing that to be spiteful, because you don't have to do that. You already know me and your daughter already had like that was like the third altercation that we didn't had in the past year and a half. That's the third time she has sat there and put her hands on me.
And you don't have that problem with your older daughter?
The 15 years?
She has tried it twice. But at a certain point, I didn't even like try to put my hands on them back or do anything to them, because I knew I was going to be here reliable for and responsible for
Oh
it.
Lord, I'm gonna beat
If
the
I-
hell out of you.
See what I'm saying? That
I can't.
And because you having no kids,
Maybe it's
how
also
would-
because I have
what
no
would be your
kids.
approach? Like, how would you handle the situation?
I will train my kids like how my grandmother raised me. And I'm telling you, the beatings I got from that lady, but listen, it made me who I am today. I don't care that, I know American rules are different, but I'm gonna train my kids like an African lady. And if it gets worse like this and I have to take a trip back to jail and fuck, I'm gonna take my kids home. I'm gonna leave
Yes.
them home. I'm gonna take them to my auntie back home. They'll go to school in Ghana because the teachers will beat the hell out of them. You can't call any jail police because your teacher beat the hell out of you. I still have marks from my teachers. They need to be arrested.
Okay, so let's Auntie, get you on the line. Get you on the line. Oh, and let's not forget, the number is on the screen. If you want to call in and chime in, just give us a call and put your 2 cents in and let us know about your experience with teenager kids. But let's talk about just the culture where you're saying about just the beating. I feel like we have to learn other ways to the discipline, because to me it's still like a slave mentality. It's like it's incorporating fear, which is okay, but I just feel like beating sometimes doesn't help. It actually makes it worse.
Yeah.
Some kids, some kids don't even need a whooping. Sometimes you could just look at them and they just get it.
Just stop. My
Or you
grandmother
could take
got that.
things from them. So I get, whooping. My kids got whoopings back in the day, but then it didn't start getting on punishment, taking the video games from them. Because I just feel like whooping them is not going to always help.
But it
Yeah.
also depends on that child, because it was certain times where I didn't whoop them. I put them on punishment. But guess what? They was sneaking.
So yeah, that's
doing
different.
it,
Like I
doing
said, I
that.
got two boys. Now how your daughter's at 13, girl, I might be starting shit, just start bumping into her, like this starting shit. Since you think you grown, you know what I'm saying? I might just be starting shit. So yeah, like I don't know. I don't have girls for a reason.
It puts your mind in a whole nother perspective when you have teenage daughters, because I remember when I was a teenage girl, and I remember my teenage friends. But then at the same time, I know they have different influences when it comes to social media and girls at school, because my 15-year-old told me one day, well, my friend, mama said she ain't got to do this, she ain't got to clean up, she ain't got to. I said, well, that's your friend, mama. That's
Yeah.
not me.
And you can go ahead and live with her.
Yeah.
If you want to keep
If I tell
talking.
you
Yeah.
go down and wash them dishes, go down and wash them dishes. I shouldn't have to ask you 4 or 5 times to go wash dishes. Now then, if I have to ask you 4 or 5 times, now when I start getting a little uplifted in my spirit, you don't even understand why. Because I shouldn't have to ask you more than one time.
Yeah.
Now when I have to ask you more than one time, you being disrespectful. And you don't even care. Well, I'm just saying. Then that's talking back.
I just think it's just this generation, and also the cultural difference. Like you were saying, it's just, I don't know, this generation is just.
They're very lazy too. You know,
Yeah.
like back in the day, the little boys want to knock on your door, can I cut the grass? They got Uber. This is like a technology generation. They could do anything from their phone. And a lot of them don't even have to go to college anymore. They're like millionaires just by
Yeah.
doing YouTube.
Yeah.
So just imagine, you're young, you're paid, you're doing, who gonna tell you what to do? And I just feel like it's still like, it's up to us as OGs. When you see a kid I was just at the movies with my kids, and my kids know how I get. I ain't trying to embarrass them, but I'll take it there. I really don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck about none of that. So we was at the movies, and it was some teenagers behind us. They was talking really loud, and it was other adults there. Nobody saying nothing. Because I'm thinking like maybe the men should jump in. These are teenager boys, and I'm just sitting here, and my kids looking at me like, don't, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
do it.
gonna keep
Like
it cute.
something my mom will do. Don't do it, mom.
I'm trying to keep it cute because I got teenager boys. I don't want to put them in no situation. I just couldn't take it. I let them do as much as I could. And then I was like, look, y'all being very disrespectful. Y'all just need to shut up and be quiet type shit. And they instantly, it was like, I'm sorry. Because I'm not saying you got to step up and try to fight them.
Yeah.
But we're grown. These are little kids. What are y'all, what we doing right now?
And a lot of folks, they just let it slide and let them just walk all over them.
Yeah.
And that's why they act the way they act, because they so used to getting away with certain things with certain people until they feel like they can get away with it with everyone.
Especially like you said, do your daughter get in trouble at school?
Oh, yeah.
Because, and I was about to say this, that wasn't a shock to me because she's not respecting her mama. So these type of people don't have authority or respect for authority. They go into the school doing what they want to do, but then they might run to the wrong person and get themselves hurt. Because everybody not gonna play like that.
And
Yeah.
see, I felt like I was trying to, I'm trying to save her and prevent her from having a rough life, because if you can't adhere to rules and guidelines now at your age, how you gonna do it when you get grown?
And you are a female, not only a female, a black female. Like you,
These young black females, they is thugging and at you. Like they more harder than the little boys are, and that is so sad.
That has to do a lot with the music too, because you know
Yeah.
back in the day we had like Michael Jackson, we had different type of music. Now it's like all these rappers, everybody's on drugs. Everybody, it's just, I feel bad for
yeah,
them
is she
though.
on drugs?
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
do she smoke?
because I'm still thinking. I'm just
honestly-
trying to.
And honestly, she do, and she confessed to it. And my 15-year-old confessed to me as well that they smoke weed. And I said, well, you know, if you smoking weed now, you know, and you getting high now, what you gonna do 2-3 years from now, and you can't get that same high you was getting off weed? Like that's an escalation, because now you're using it as a supplement to help you with your emotions.
Right.
And if you can't deal with your emotions now at your age, how you gonna deal with it at 18?
When life really gets hard,
21?
when you got to pay bills.
Yes.
If you're trying to be a wife and handle the kids and your husband, this is nothing. If, like you said, if y'all can't handle taking out the trash and washing the dish and getting yelled at here and there, these people are not ready for life.
I called the police on them when they was up here, and I was telling the police that all I asked them to do was clean their room up. That's all I asked them. And the police went and talked to them, and then came back and talked to me and said, well, really, to be honest with you, they really don't have to clean their room if they don't want to. I said, who? If I asked them to clean them, he was like, yeah, but that's their area, that's their spot. If they want to live in filth, they have
my
that
blood
right
is
to.
just like boiling. Like maybe I need to call my grandmother to
I
come
lit-
raise them for you.
I looked him right in the face. I said, I know you lying. So you can tell me they can just leave food, everything in their room, clothes everywhere, and they got clean. He was like, yeah, because technically you don't have to go in their room if you don't want to.
The
And
room
said
is
it-
under my roof.
And said it right in their face.
But like you spoke about earlier, it's a setup for the kids, because if they don't listen to rules and break the rules, where they going?
To
To
jail.
jail. Because jail is a business, you know? So it's all a part of the system and how they try, and it's really in the black community.
And that's why the rate of African Americans has shot up, especially when it comes to younger black generations, has shot up, because that's their next step. Because once they go out there and commit a crime, like I went to youth court, did all that, and they said, well, the only way they can come to youth court now is if they commit a crime. I'm trying to prevent them from committing a crime.
And like you
having
said,
a
they had
record.
different preventive programs, Scare Straight or whatever.
They don't have none of that no more.
You don't
in
have boot
Atlanta.
camp and
That's
like
crazy.
not disciplinary.
None of it. The only way that they can get help is if, especially because now all they got is youth court and juvenile detention center, is if they commit a crime. So in order for them to get the help that they need, they're gonna have to get a record.
But the real issue,
that's
I
what you're
feel like, is the
preventing.
parenting. If y'all can, if we add just, people don't understand, like we have sex, we're producing kids, now we don't like each other, okay, cool. But you still have to learn how to co-parent, because if your husband, which is her father, step in and say, hey, you gotta respect your mom. If y'all both was against her, then she'll fold up and crack, especially with her dad.
Yeah.
Because he's men don't understand, you are so important in this household, like regardless if you like your baby mother or even if you don't like your kids, the fact that once a kid enter the world, it's your responsibility. If you don't like having kids or you don't like kids, then use protection.
And if your kids see y'all not getting along, then they're gonna use one against the other.
Right.
So then instead of them being addressed for their problems, they're gonna manipulate the situation and put one against the other. Now both of y'all gonna be into it, and whatever that child done is not gonna even be addressed because now y'all into it with each other.
Were they always like this when you guys were together? Like,
For the past couple of years, yes, but they really didn't start getting out of line until me and him started bumping heads all the time.
I feel like he probably like talking, against saying stuff to them about you, like.
I mean, he
filling
says
them with stuff.
He used to talk against me. Both of us used to talk against each other in front of their faces, and I know especially on the phone, when he's on the phone with me and they're around him, like they hear everything, they see everything. So why would they respect me when you sitting up here not respecting me on the phone or in my face?
So as parents, we gotta take accountability. So these are the consequences of both of your actions, basically, because they're still kids. They are a product of their environment.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna say he's all the way wrong because I've had some input in the situation as well too with my behavior. But when I got to the point where I was seeing where it was going and I was trying to address it, and I know once they get to a certain point, all it's gonna do is escalate if it's not addressed. Then it would still just, well, you did this and you did that, and I'm like, well, you did this and you did that. But at the end of the day, the issues with the children is never being addressed.
What about your grandparents? Are they strict?
Oh well, my mama is, but my mama don't. My mom been
and at some point we're grown, like, you know, that's the family you created, and this is still your husband, you know what I'm saying? Even though y'all going through what y'all going through, a lot of people don't want to put their input in because today you could be mad at him, y'all could be mad at each other, the next day y'all get back together.
And see, that's exactly what everybody in my family been saying was like, well, we can't tell you what to do, Angel, then we can't go to him and talk to him because at the end of the day y'all might end up back together, and then he gonna be looking at me crazy because I said something to him. It's all just like a ring around the rosy.
Well, we're going to go ahead and sing you peace because I would tell anybody, and I know, Sasha, you don't have any kids, but to me, the worst stage is teenagers.
It is.
Whether a boy or girl, to me, that's just the hardest stage.
And I feel like at this moment right now, I just need to give them time to let them grow and see. And then sometimes you also have to let your kids bump their heads.
Right.
And that's the best way that they can learn.
Especially if you tried all you could.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to sing you peace and just, you know, hope for the best situation and probably give us, you know, an update later on. But Sasha, we're going to go ahead and change the subject. But Sasha, go ahead and introduce your topic.
Hey, y'all. So I wanted to I'm trying to open it on Instagram. I saw this on Instagram about these two couples. They are white, that they've adopted, I think, 3 kids, and they are all different race. And basically, they have created a cage that they have the kids in it. So actually, they have some of the kids, they are white. Those people are allowed to come inside the house, and the other 3 kids are not allowed to come inside the house. Like, they live in a cage.
Okay, let's keep it right there. We're about to go to a small commercial break, but yeah, this is gonna be a juicy topic, so we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rearview mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? Do you have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
I hope these few tips help you as it relates to dealing with law enforcement and traffic stops. Not only in traffic stops, but in all encounters with law enforcement. We hope that all our encounters are safe for the citizens as well as for our officers. Again, we want you to be safe, and if you have any problems with the Douglasville Police Department, don't hesitate to give us a call and make your concerns known. I would add that Georgia is a right to carry state, and we hope that if you are carrying, that on these traffic stops and all encounters, please let the officer know that you are carrying. This will ensure your safety and our officers' safety. Thank you, may God bless you, and may God keep our community safe. We are one.
Hi, I'm Unique. Welcome to Talk Show Divas on TV 1061.
Self-care is everything
And self-love is necessary.
to stay stress-free.
I agree.
Thanks for watching Talk Show Divas. Tune in to our next episode on TV 1061.
Welcome back to Talk Show Diva. And we was leaving off with the topic that Sasha was referring to. You want to let the people know?
Yes, so this is on Instagram. It says West Virginia couples allegedly kept 5 adopted black children locked in a band and used as slaves. So my thing is, do you guys believe that slavery is still a thing? Like people are still doing it under closed doors?
I think so, because it's so easy to be covered up today, as far as if they adopt some kids that don't know nobody in their neighborhood and they used to being locked up in an adoption agency, then they might feel like that's normal.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a lot of things that goes on, especially like in country rural areas, that can be hidden.
Yeah, and they claiming that, oh, they did not do that. But the thing is, you guys adopted 5 kids. They do have other kids that were not black. Those kids were allowed to come to the living room, get water, do whatever they want to do. But those black kids were locked in a shed. So I feel like, to me, I just feel like we shouldn't allow other race to adopt black kids anymore.
I was just about to say,
I
I'm
don't
about to
want
be
that
the
to
villain, because I ain't trying to say I'm racist or anything, but I just don't feel like white people shouldn't be adopting black people.
Black kids.
But you know, it really depends, because it is some Caucasian people out there that will adopt black children and treat them right.
Yeah.
It really just depends on that person or that family as well too. because what was that movie with that white lady adopted?
Get
her?
out? Oh, no.
Girl, that
I must say that wasn't in the movie.
and she raised the black boy. He became a football player.
Oh,
So-
yes, I mean, I'm not saying they don't, but it's still, you're adopting into their culture. I still don't think that we need to mix. And that's
Yeah.
our problem. We always mixing with everybody else stick together. The Mexicans stick together, Hispanics stick together, the Indians, everybody else stick together besides black people.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, because you don't really hear about too many black people adopting children.
Right.
So would you rather for them to stay in foster care?
I mean, but on that point, because there's a lot of black kids in the system because, again, we lack so much resource. Everybody can't be parents.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying. Yes, if the opportunity presents itself and a white couple or family want to adopt the black kid and they treat them with, with respect and love, I'm all for that because these kids really want to be adopted. They don't want to be stuck in foster care. But if I can have it my way, I just want everybody to get their kids.
Yeah.
Stop having kids and you're not ready to have kids
I
and stop
feel-
giving it to the system. But again, it goes back to mental illness. Like a lot of these people are on drugs or a lot of people just can't. I mean, I don't know. I
To
don't
be
get
honest,
it.
I think the system is just messed up in general itself
jacked
because
up.
it's so contradicting in itself as well too. Because they can have, say for instance, they can have a rich black couple coming trying to adopt, but they'll probably make it so hard for them to adopt their own race compared to a middle class white.
I mean,
person
gays
trying to
can adopt now.
Yeah.
That's insane to me too.
That,
Yeah, it was
because now
hard
the
for them.
kids, you're raising the kids, they don't have the chance to even choose what they want to be, if they want to be straight or they're gay. I feel like now they're
they're
growing up with
influenced.
two mothers or two fathers, and it's like, I feel like they're getting confused. I don't know. I don't care what other people say. I just feel like the kids should have the opportunity to choose
Right.
what they want to be. Like,
But to go back to your subject, I feel like it should be a limit. So you said they had 3 kids plus 3 other kids?
Yeah.
I just feel like that's a lot of kids. Maybe the adoption rule should be like no more than 4 kids. You know what I'm saying?
And then in the time frame, like you can't adopt
Right.
6 kids in like what
And even
6
with
months.
even with the parents that is adopted parents, they should still be under the radar within a year. Like the agency should still come and
I was about
doing
to
the
speak
at
on
least
that.
and do investigate. Just do a friendly checkup or a courtesy just to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can tell if the kids something is wrong. The kids are real timid. Some are
Yeah.
very shy. I've been went in there like because who is calling the social workers or defects on people adopt just because you adopt somebody and just because you don't have a record don't mean that you're not a criminal. You just didn't
Yeah.
get caught.
And then they should also have it to where the kids have therapy for like 2 or 3 years, so that way if it's something going on in the house, the kids actually able to sit up and talk to somebody about what's going on, and it can be addressed that way. But just pretty much just letting them go and not following up behind
Yeah,
them.
it's just.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to incorporate therapy for adopted kids within the new home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that because they already coming from a situation is why they in foster care now.
So now they in a new environment with new people that they don't know, and now
Right.
they have to adjust themselves to their living or their personality, even though it might not be who they are or where they came from.
Right, and they're prone to more danger because, like you said, if they're adopted and they come into a new home with a new family, they can get molested quicker because in their mind, well, whoever's doing it can say, who you gonna tell? You have
Yeah.
nobody but us, and this is part. And if you want to live this life, you gotta let me touch on you, molest on you, and things of that sort.
And guess what? Ain't nobody gonna listen to you because 9 times out of 10, they be a problem child. So who's gonna listen to you? Who gonna believe you?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's people that's newborn babies there, that mother that's in jail, and just they don't have nobody that want to get the family. Or look at Krishana, her baby. Nobody really wanted to get her baby when she got locked up. So it's like newborn babies in there in the system. It's just.
In conclusion, I feel like, like Unique said, the adoption agency needs to check up on kids that they get adopted monthly at least, like
Yeah.
to see what is going on. And plus, you guys should wear protection. Stop having babies.
Or get on birth control. I just be feeling. I always gonna feel bad for the kids because they never asked to be in a situation.
Yeah.
They never asked to be in, even be here. You know what I'm saying?
And then it might be a case where both of the parents probably died in a car wreck or something. And
Right.
They didn't have nobody
Because
else
sometimes
to
it's not
go
a
to.
negative situation. They just probably don't have no family. Because that can happen as well. And
Yeah.
sometimes they don't have family or whatever.
That's all they can get.
Yeah, that's
Life is so
crazy.
sad.
So yeah, so let's just, maybe we can try to do some research and, try to call because I mean, we the people really can make some changes, especially, when it comes to the voting, maybe we could try to check on that, because I did a lot of volunteer work in college, and we used to go out to the homeless, and I actually found an agency for one guy. He was homeless, and it was a homeless shelter for only men, and I didn't know nothing. I was just doing a paper, and that was part of getting your credit to reach out to the homeless, but I actually turned it into like a real life situation. And Atlanta has a lot of resources that you wouldn't know about. Like, I'm not a homeless man, but I found out research for him, and he actually found a place. I don't know what happened with that, but he ended up going to the place to help. So maybe we can, do some outreach, things of that sort.
We are our community.
Yeah, so, we got a platform. Maybe we can look into that, and just to see what's the requirements for the adoption, or incorporate, like we said, counseling and monthly visits.
Yeah.
So anyways, we just gonna change the subject, because that's always a touchy subject when we talk about kids. So let's talk about these trips when it comes to friends, where it's the girls trip versus the male trip. Let's just start with girls trip. Sometimes when girls get together on a girl trip, I feel like it can turn out one of two ways. It could be a good trip. Next day we talk about it, post good pictures, and then it could be some girls fall out during the trip.
And a lot of times it does end up that way, because either
secrets
somebody
come
be jealous of somebody might have beef with somebody that somebody don't know, somebody might be sleeping with somebody, man.
All the secrets start coming out.
Yeah.
Or just being around people for too long, because I know I went to DR, and it was a great trip, but I went to DR, and it's like my friends, and then your friends be inviting people that you don't know. And that's, to me, that's where the beef be coming, because the other person we out the country, y'all should know to bring money. To me, it always be a money situation too.
Oh yeah.
So like if you're able to boss up, get these plane tickets, we going out the country, you gotta come with money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the friend. If you don't have no money, I'm gonna help you. I'm not gonna talk about you, but I expect for you to pay me back. I'm not gonna call you out like that, because I might be the one that don't have the money, and I didn't expect this was gonna be this much. So I think friends need to stick together. I just feel like women are catty. So let's say it's a situation, you went on a girls trip. We all went on a girls trip, right? We all having a good time. One of y'all met a guy. We're on this girl trip. Every day we plan something that we're gonna do, but you head over heels for this guy. Let's say we go to Jamaica. He's fine. He's like, look, babe, I want to chill with you. I know you in town for like 3 days. What would y'all do in that situation? Would you stay down with the girls and continue what we plan, or you going with this man because it's like you feeling him?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna stay with my friends, because number one, I don't know who you is.
Yeah.
Number two, you might have a secret agenda, and number three, y'all might not ever see me again.
No, let's say he got good vibes, because this story really did happen. Like, this girl really went out the country with her homegirls. I don't know if they had anything planned, but she met a man and ended up being her husband.
I would do both. I mean, I would still continue whatever plans I have with my friends, and then later go hang out with a guy, and I'll obviously share my location and stuff just in case something.
Right.
That's one in a
So I'll
million.
still do both. I may be tired, but if I really want to get to know this gentleman, I'm still gonna, of course, do stuff with my friends, because that's what we plan to do, and I'll still make time to hang out with.
I mean, but
man.
if he really do like you, though, he will be understanding to the fact where I'm here with my friends right now, but once we get done with our activities, so on and so forth, I wouldn't mind hanging out with you or talking to you, so on and so forth. So you just really have to know who that person is, that man is.
Look, you got 3 days in town. Look, you trying to turn up. What y'all trying to do? Y'all trying to have, like, realistically, because it happened to me. We was in DR. I actually met a guy. He was cool. He worked at the resort, but it wasn't nothing like that. He actually was partying with us, but he took us around, because I want to be outside. We in DR. I want to go.
Y'all still was together, though.
We was all together. It wasn't even like that. He was feeling me, but it wasn't nothing like that.
Yeah.
Fast forward, I get back, to the state. He hit me up like, oh, I want you to be my wife. Then my friend, I sent her the picture. She said, girl, look at this man here. He was already married, had a family, all that stuff. I was like, but it was a time. What I'm saying is, I like to have vibes. I like to have a good time. So, even meeting him, he took us places that we probably would never went to.
Yeah.
Because we wasn't from that country. And we had a great time, but I didn't leave my friends. It's kind of, we all came together type of thing. And he just showed us basically around the town.
But see, that's different, though.
As long as
y'all all still was together. You didn't leave them.
Oh, yeah, we definitely not doing that.
Because I'm too terrified of, especially out the United States. other countries.
And then human trafficking and everything.
Yes, and it's
So
so
if your
real.
friends didn't want him to join the group, what would you have done?
I probably would just, hit me up. We probably would have been texting, and probably once I got back and everybody settled in the room, what you doing? Because he actually worked there. So we could have got some drinks on the resort. It would have just been local, to be fair. So do y'all prefer like a girls trip or a couples trip?
I prefer a girls trip because
If I'm married.
I like to have fun, and sometimes your spouse or significant other might not enjoy the same things that you enjoy. So you might be more limited with a couples trip than you is with a friends trip.
I prefer both because one, they say get married to your friend. So if my husband is my friend, it's technically, well, it wouldn't be girls trip because he's a man, but it's gonna be friendship trip with.
Right.
Yeah, I prefer both.
Yeah.
I would love to have time with my girls alone, do girl stuff, be silly, and I would love to have time with my man too. So.
Right. I'll say both as well. Let's talk about when guys.
My little lone self over here, girl.
I'm about to say a couple trips. But what about when guys do a trip? I feel like when guys do a trip, a lot of people think it's like gay, but I think it's brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I think guys' trip be like whole trip.
Oh yeah,
I would think it'll be more of a whole trip than people thinking it's gay. You know what I'm saying? I think
they
it's a whole
going to
trip
go
as well.
smash whatever they
Yeah.
see on site. I
It
wouldn't
is
think
though.
gay.
It's no, you. It is like. when
Okay, so
guys
let's
do a
say
trip-
we're married and your husband said, "Hey, I'm going on the guys trip. It's his 40th birthday, and we're going outside. We're going out the country." As a wife, how are you responding?
Okay, sweetheart.
Have
Go
a good
ahead.
time. Okay.
Have fun.
Okay,
Not too
y'all.
much
What
fun.
side
Don't
ring
do
y'all
anything
wear?
I
What
wouldn't
side y'all
do.
ring y'all wear? Y'all see, they bringing peace. They bringing peace. Are y'all bringing peace? Are y'all about to investigate
But now
this
you
man?
get over there and you answer my phone
That's
calls.
what
You
I
don't
said.
call me.
I'm like, don't do anything I wouldn't
Answer
do now.
the phone.
Or
But look,
text
even
back.
answering the phone, he can still be getting some head.
So but you know the difference in that breath on that phone.
It's like, why did it take you a second for you to respond? What are you doing over there? Show me around.
Why you getting out here? You been running? What you got going on?
Baby. Yes, ladies, bring them in peace. Let him have a good time with his friends. But yes. So, it's just crazy. Y'all have any trips coming up?
Not yet.
Well, we
I
don't
should
know
be
if you could go.
planning
You got a
on
whole
something.
case coming up. You might can't have no trips coming
They
up.
made it a whole case.
Yeah. Man, I go to jail more than the rapper. I go to jail more than anybody I know.
Hold on, girl. This is Diva Talk Show. We gonna be sitting pretty. Now I'm with the shit
Now we
too.
gonna
But
get tired.
look,
But guess
Stop.
what? I'm still here, still looking
Okay.
good, still
look,
Ain't
preaching
the
on a
process
Sunday. We
says.
still here. Amen. You came here.
can't hold me back, baby. I'm still gonna get to where I need to get
Look,
to.
we're gonna need you to calm down. We're gonna need you to sit
I
pretty.
did. I prayed today and I went to church this morning because I
Okay.
needed the word.
Okay, went
it
jail to
uplifted
church.
me.
Okay, I see.
Jail to church.
Okay, we taking trips. We taking trips, y'all. Okay, so look, for real, I'm going out the country next Friday. I am so skeptical of going out though to the club,
Where you going?
Why?
to Panama.
Why don't you want to go to the club?
It's in South America because I want to have a good time, but I just feel like it's so much going on right now. I don't want to be human trafficked. And I'm going out there, with family, but it's some family members I don't know. Like I have a cousin, he's a DJ. He's definitely trying to take me outside, but I'm not saying it's him that I'm worrying about, but the location. And I have kids, so I don't want to be in a situation where I go to jail out there. I still got to come back to work. I still got things to do. I got to come back to the U.S.
Yeah.
So it's just like, how will y'all go about that? Like, I want to have a good time, but I also want to go out.
Do day parties.
A day party.
Yeah, just do day
Okay.
parties, and nighttime you guys will just do movie
Sit my ass
nights and
home.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to party, you party at home at night.
That or always communicate with somebody else that's not with you that will know where you at all times.
Okay, I'm in the trunk at this point. How can I communicate? I'm somebody kidnapping you and everything.
Leave your
Girl,
location
wherever you
on
and
your
Jesus
phone.
now.
Ugh.
You can communicate with Jesus. Wherever you
And then my
are.
mouth so slick, girl. I want to make it a look. I just like, look, why y'all want to kidnap me? Like, I want to ask questions.
Get your body
Why are you
guard.
doing what you're doing?
Get your bodyguard.
But I
is
will
gonna
take
kidnap
the day
you.
parties.
Yeah,
I
just do
will.
day
I will do that
parties.
because they got casinos or other things. I just don't want to be at home because I'm acting skeptical. Because this is kind of like a family trip. I'm used to going out like, with my man or like with a group of.
Well, you can't really
Friends.
you can't be scared because you still have to live your life.
I'm trying to keep my life too.
That too, but
I'm trying to keep my life.
move smoothly, watch your surroundings, make sure that you're in an area that's a good area and protect the area to be around. Don't never walk nowhere by yourself. Don't trust nobody, go nowhere with them by yourself. You don't
most
actually know
definitely,
them.
most definitely.
If you be more cautious the way you move, you shouldn't have no problems, sweetheart.
Have your pepper spray too,
Pepper
and your
spray.
taser.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm about to buy that out there. You know, you can't bring that through customs. Do you have any trip? When are you going back to Africa?
Actually, I went last year. I'm planning to go 2025 Christmas, because Christmas like summer over there. That is when it's so fun. So.
And what's going on over there? Because sometimes when I see like the shade room, it's a lot of. Are y'all at war or something?
I have no idea. Look, I don't know what is going on in my country, man. I'm just like, I don't even know what is going on in
like
America.
With Palestine, like we're still active war though. It's like a whole war going on. I'm like, that's why I'm skeptical. Like I've been out the country, but the times that we in, and we were supposed to go in November, and we couldn't because they was protesting, like beating up the government and everything out there. So
maybe it wasn't Ghana. I mean, as far as I know, my country, Ghana, is at peace. I think.
Yes, a lot.
I think the only
right
thing
now.
that came. The only thing that came up that was a little bit iffy was when they finally made it a written rule that you go to prison for being gay. Because at first it was a it was non-written rule. When you're gay, you be under the covers, because when community sees you, the things they'll do to you, don't want anybody to know that you're gay. But now it's a written law that it's actually a felony to be gay.
Oh wow! How much time do they get?
I don't know.
Because
I mean, about all that.
I mean, going to jail seems like a gay trip. That's where they want to go. They don't feel like no punishment.
Don't take me.
Right, go take me. I'm in the building, but that's crazy. But I mean, I don't see. Look,
it's straight about it.
I ain't about to start nothing. Then we're gonna lose viewers. I just feel like America's too open. It's too open. It's too demonic. It's too much. Anything can go.
It is in the way they show it on TV and social media. It's like they're making us eat it, and then the children that's growing up right now, they're seeing it. So it's like, I'm not saying it's not normal, because it is. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing, because I don't want nobody to be mad at me. But it's to each their own. Like, if you're born that way, you're born that way. But you shouldn't be sitting up here just showing it around.
Trying to shove it in our face.
Yes.
Like, you're trying to force us to swallow the pill. Like, I have nothing against gay people, but don't try to force me to. Like, let's say if I go to a gay club, right? They're fun.
Oh, yeah, they're very fun.
Have fun with them and all that. But don't try to, like, you know how people just be playing, maybe spin the bottle and they'll be, oh, kiss her. Don't try to force me to do stuff that now you're doing too much. I don't want to do it. Don't let me do it. Don't try. I just feel like some gay people try and force it on you.
It's not really them. I think it's like the culture, because you know they was forcing it into the schools. That's where the problem lies. Because I feel like even if a kid is straight, they shouldn't be talking about sex at 8 and 9 years old.
Yeah.
So why are we talking about are they gay or not? You know, it's very sexualized to me. So I just feel like at maybe 18, you 18 years old, you do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't discriminate, but once they put it into our school systems, that's when it becomes a problem as a parent. Like, I don't want my kids even talking about sex. You know what I'm saying? Even if they straight, so it's just a lot of things that.
I know they did. I never watched Frozen 2, but I know that was a big thing for Frozen 2.
The cartoon?
They incorporated gay?
They did.
Yeah.
Like Anna not Anna, but the sister supposed to been having a girlfriend on the show, on the movie. So it was a lot of conflict going on, because parents was like, well, why would you put that in a Disney movie?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You introducing it to younger children, like.
Right.
But it was a very big controversial at first before Frozen 2 came out.
They did the same thing with Barbie. I ended up looking at the Barbie movie. It was just, that didn't even seem like a kid's movie to me.
It wasn't.
It was really not, that wasn't even the gay agenda, because you got to understand it's an agenda with the elites, you know, if you know, you know. The Barbie movie, it wasn't a gay agenda, it was more of a man versus woman agenda. And we don't need to be separated. That's the problem. The man and the woman need to be under the same household. So their agenda was basically women have more power than men, when it should be, you know, not even saying united. I'm not even gonna say equal, because I still feel the man is the head of the household.
He's supposed to be.
The man is their umbrella,
It's in the
then
Bible.
the woman, then the children, you know? And I just feel like now it's so many agendas out here, and I don't know that the kids understand what to pick. It's why the kids are rebellious, why the kids are doing what they're doing, why they on drugs. Because you got to think about it, why are these kids so depressed? the energy is depressing. It's demonic nowadays. So we as parents, I can't help you with your household. You know, if I see your daughter, I definitely would talk to her as a, you know, community, as a mother, but everybody has to get their own household in order.
And
things are just chaotic right now.
If you can't get it in order, it's going to stay out of order and dysfunctional.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing right now with families and household is a lot of dysfunction going on. And the way we're set up, don't nobody really want to take fault and take blame on anything. So everything is always redirected to somebody else, but ain't nothing ever getting resolved.
Right. And we got to go back to family meetings. You know, like Sunday dinner, it's like everything just changed.
Yeah.
You know, so, you
Family
know.
game night.
Right.
Everybody's living their life now.
Yeah. And then the kids ain't got time for you because all they want to do is sit up
But we
on
got to make the
TikTok.
kids, like I make my kids, like even if we sit down watching the movie, we go to the movies every Tuesday. And I got older kids, so it's like, oh, I'm in my own world. Yeah, but it's going to be a time where you're going to move on with your life, get married. I still want to cherish that time.
Yeah.
And it's up to us. Yeah, they're going to have attitude, but once we're there in the movies, now they happy. Oh, yeah, it was a good movie. But we got to learn as parents, they're going to have attitudes.
Put our foot down.
Yeah, put that foot down.
And don't allow them to run over you, and also, besides run over you, have their feelings be more important than your feelings. Like, for instance, if your kid don't want to go to the movies, well, I really don't want to make them mad. They want to go to a party, or they want to go here, they want to go there. I'm gonna go ahead and let them go. I'm gonna worry more about their feelings than I'm worried about my feelings at this moment right now. That's something we have to stop doing as well.
Right.
I think what they want to do is to be the cool parent. I think it's not even worrying about their feelings. It's now people wants to be the cool parents.
And you can't be your child friend.
And that's what I'm saying. You like that thing that, oh, that is, you're gonna be my friend. No, I'm your mother.
Right.
I'm your mother. Like there is not.
And you're my assignment. We're not here to be friends.
Yeah.
It don't care if your kids like you or not. Okay, so Sasha, you're the one with no kids. After hearing everything that's going on, because last time the show, I want to get married. I want 6 kids. How you feel now?
I still want kids. I'll just pray to God to give me good kids. If I don't, for real, at this point, I feel like there is nothing you can do but to pray. Believe. I mean, that's if you believe in God. I feel like what is going on with your kids, just like pray about it, because I believe in miracles, and you just be like, God, just help me with this one.
Oh yeah, I've been praying. I prayed and talked to God.
Yeah.
I went to church today, and like somebody in church told me, you can only do all you can do, and what you can't do, you just have to let go and let God.
Yeah.
Right.
Because sooner or later, even if you can't fix the situation, maybe it's not meant for you to fix the situation. Maybe you just have to let God fix the situation himself. Maybe it turn out good, maybe it turn out bad, but at the end of the day, it's not your option.
Yeah.
Like, it's not your choice.
Okay.
I must still have my 4 kids, but if they get
Oh, you knocked off 2?
I thought it was 6.
no, it was 4.
Oh, my bad. Look, I'm trying to add more. I'm like, this girl said she have 6 kids. I'm like, girl.
No, 2 boys, 2 girls.
Okay.
Yeah, but if they become rebellious at the age of 13, I'm definitely taking them to my grandmother.
Okay, so we taking a trip to Africa.
Yeah. The teachers and everybody, they're going to raise them good.
Okay. So we had a good show. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to stay out of jail. We're going to mind our business and drink our water, ladies, okay? So we could come back and report. But yes, thank you again for joining our show. Again, it's every Sunday, 3 p.m.
Wait,
Eastern
every other
time.
Sunday?
Every other Sunday, yes. Every other Sunday, 3 p.m. So thank you again.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Unique. Welcome to Talk Show Divas on TV 1061.
Self-care is everything
And self-love is necessary.
to stay stress-free.
I agree.
Thanks for watching Talk Show Divas. Tune in to our next episode on TV 1061.